Hi everyone, Happy New Year's! So today I'm going to be showing you 4 different DIY projects that you can do for your New Year's Eve party. These are super easy. I know New Year's is tomorrow night, and these can really be used for any party, but I thought that they would be perfect for New Year's Eve. Alright, so the first DIY is this deer picture. As you can see, this is definitely something that can be up all winter long. It is not New Year's specific, but because it's so glitzy and glammy, I thought I'd show you how to do it in this video. You're going to need some gold spray paint for this. You're also going to need some spray glue. This is low odor, so you can actually use it indoors. You then need some art canvas. This was $3 at my local dollar store, super cheap. And then you need a printout of a deer. It was kind of hard for me to find this one, so I'm gonna have this specific deer for free download on my blog. You're then gonna spray the spray adhesive onto the deer. You don't want to put the deer right onto the canvas as soon as you've sprayed the adhesive on. It will be a nightmare to get the deer off. So leave it for about 2 minutes until the glue gets tacky, and then place the deer stencil onto your canvas. Then all you're going to do is you're going to spray that spray paint right over top. It took, I think, 2 coats for me. And as you see here, I started to spray paint inside the house, but the fumes were insane. So I ended up moving to outside. It was just too crazy doing it indoors. So definitely go outside. I waited about 30 minutes between each coat and then let the whole thing set for about 2 hours before removing the stencil. This art is literally that simple. It is so beautiful, and it is like a dummy could do this one. It is so easy. I took some white paint afterwards and just sharpened up the lines a little bit. Some of my gold spray paint bled over onto the white silhouette, but this is an optional step. You don't have to do this. That's it. That is the deer picture. I think it looks super pretty and is so easy to do. So now onto that star garland you just saw in that clip. This is also really easy, and it takes care of a lot of those boxes that I'm sure you have left over from Christmas time. So for this you're going to need normal Mod Podge. I used the matte version. You're also going to need some glitter. I used gold because I am a gold glitter junkie. And you need any kind of ribbon. I like the juxtaposition of the glitter and twine, so that's what I used. And you're going to need a glue gun. First thing you're going to do is you're either going to want to freehand stars onto those boxes that you have cut out, or you're going to want to use a stencil. Again, I'm going to provide this particular star as a free download on my blog, so if you don't want to create a stencil on your own or find one, you can just use the one that I have. And then once you've got that penciled onto the board, you're just going to cut it out. Now I cut out about 15 stars, I think, but you're going to have to measure the twine to decide how many stars you'll need in advance. And then you're going to take each star and you're going to use your Mod Podge. I used a little brush for this, but you could even use your fingers if you don't have anything. And you're going to apply Mod Podge to both sides of the star. You don't want any cardboard showing at the very end, so it's nicer to do just both sides when you're doing this DIY. So once you're done gluing it, the fun part happens. You're gonna pop that sucker right into your glitter. I warn you in advance, this is a messy DIY. I tried to contain everything in the Tupperware, but you inevitably get glitter everywhere. So be prepared to vacuum after you're done with this one. Once you've got the glitter on, just shake off the star and leave it somewhere to dry. Once everything's dry, and it took about an hour for my stars to dry, you're gonna apply a bead of hot glue onto the part of the star. You can see the way I did it there. And then you're just going to apply the twine right onto that glue. Now I left a few inches of space between each star. I like the look of that better, but you can have the stars really close together, or you can have them a little bit further apart than I did. It's completely up to you. That's it with DIY number 2. Again, really easy, and I think it looks adorable. All right, on to my favorite DIY number 3, these NYE bottles. I love these, they look so good. So the first thing you're gonna need is 3 wine bottles. You want the labels off and clean, and you're also gonna want the NYE letters. I used wooden ones from Michael's, they were $2 a piece. Then you're gonna use that same paint spray from the first DIY and the same spray glue. You're also going to use the same glitter from the second DIY. And you're just going to want to use some leftover ribbons. I had these ones from the dollar store and I popped the bows off, as you can see here, and just used the ribbon. And then of course, your glue gun. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to take all those labels off the wine bottles, and if you're having a hard time with that, I'm going to write out how I did it over on my blog, so go check that out. I'll have it linked down below. It was a bit of a pain, but I found a way that finally worked. You're also going to paint your NYE letters at the same time as you paint your bottles. I did this off camera because you know how to spray paint. Once the NYE letters are dry, you're going to spray some spray adhesive onto them, as you can see here. And then you're just gonna dump a whole load of glitter all over those letters. Now I waited about an hour for the letters to dry, and it took about 2 hours between each coat of the spray paint. For the bottles, it took 3 coats of paint, and for the letters, I just did 1 coat because I knew I was gonna be covering them in glitter. So here are the finished bottles. And once everything's dry, you're just going to take your glue gun and glue those letters right onto the front of the bottles. You can also do this with 4 bottles and do 2015. I found this idea on Pinterest and it was a 2014 with 4 bottles, but I really thought that the 3 NYE was a bit better, and you can keep it for the following year and reuse it, as opposed to 2015, which you'd only be able to use this year. You can also see there that I glued the ribbon into each of the bottles. And that's it with this 3rd DIY. Again, super easy, and it used a lot of the materials from the older DIYs, so it's easy to kind of get the most bang for your buck with these DIY crafty materials. The last DIY is this bonus frame picture, and I say it's bonus because it's so easy, it doesn't even qualify as a DIY. All I did was bought this $2 frame from the dollar store, popped out the actual black frame, and you could leave it black, but I decided to spray mine gold because I had extra spray paint, and why not? Then what you're going to do is head over to my blog, Jessica Melody. I created this Pop Fizz Clink Cheers printout, and it's available for free download on my blog. So just head on over there, you can print it out. It's an 8x10, and so is the frame. So it's really easy to pop right into that frame, and I think this looks adorable. That's it. Happy New Year's. I will see you all in the next video.